Hi guys. So obviously I like to do my morning meditations and I've made that pretty clear, but the other thing that I did make clear is that I want to talk about mental health and all the aspects of it. And since I carry several pieces, it should be interesting. But this week I really wanted to focus on mom anxiety. I was doing some research, right? And I not a lot, I'll be honest. I dug into it a little bit, but I was tired when I was doing it, and I was irritated because all the mom anxiety was talking about was like after having a new baby or being a new mom. And yes, I went through all of that, the postpartum, the new mom fears. But there's so much more to it for me at least. And I just kind of wanted other people's input, man. So I kind of decided that I'm just going to go off a little bit of what I've talked with my therapists in the past, with step work, with other women, other moms. It's a real thing, right? It's not just like when you just had a baby or it's your first baby. Sometimes it's your fourth baby or, the fear of making the same mistakes over and over again and the reaction to that, or something as simple as so I get so hard on myself when I lose it, right? And I go into oh my God, I've said this thing, I have told them the same thing over and over and over and over again, and finally I just have that one day week where I'm just like, fuck this, dude, I'm fucking done with the bullshit, and I'm yelling and I'm crabby and I'm fucking irritable and I'm walking through the house mad cleaning because every single thing I've asked you to do has not been done. And I have teenagers, so they like to say things like, Mom, did you forget to take your pill today? Or, oh my God, Mom, why are you being ridiculous? Why are you making such a big deal about this? And man, it irks me to no end, right? It irks me. And that's a real thing. It's an anxiety, and it's not a blame thing, oh, this is their fault. Cause let's be real. They'll never understand it until they're there, right? I can help my kids through circumstances that they go through today because I have in fact been where they're at. And I can understand, right? Even if I'm irritated with their behavior, I can have a compassion and understanding for their behavior because I in fact have been exactly where they're at. But it is very hard for children to have a compassion and understand for our behavior or our frustrations because they haven't experienced that piece of life yet. To connect and be understanding. And that's why it's so important for moms to share and stick together and to be so real and honest and raw, because we want to put on this show sometimes. I try really hard not to do that because I'm not very good at faking anything, but we want to feed them the right foods, or make sure we're doing everything right, and no sugars, and and no screen time, and all of these things that okay, so I have 4 of my own children, and I'm the stepmom of 4 kids. 2 of my kids are special needs, and unfortunately they're not unfortunately, gosh, that's a horrible thing to say. The problem is that they are special needs, but they're not the boxed idea of what special needs looks like. To the outside world and society, they seem like very, very normal kids. And so when they behave in a certain way, they're just looked at like they're a problem or a criminal or a bad kid, when there's just been unidentified situations up until they were older, because I was in active addiction, and I wasn't able to recognize them and help them through them, right? And so today I know that they're not criminals, that they have special needs that certain other kids might not need. They're ADHD, high functioning autistic, oppositional defiance disorder, attachment disorders, they have a lot, against them, and they weren't taught how to deal with it, which makes it harder for them because they're older. And so it's very easy for me to snap and be like, why don't you fucking get it? Well, of course they don't get it. Why would they get it? Why would they get it? They've never been a parent. And so I've started this new thing where I'm like, well, I get that you don't understand it, because why would you? You don't get it. My kids like to tell me, like, well, I'm not going to do this and this and this. My oldest son is on probation, and he smoked weed and he's not supposed to. So I went to his probation officer and I informed them that he in fact smoked. I informed her that he in fact smoked weed. And his response was, I would never do that to my kid. Well, maybe you wouldn't. You won't know that until you're in that position. Because I used to feel guilt and shame for telling on my kids or holding them accountable, because I wanted them to trust me, and I still want them to trust me. But my idea of loyalty and love are different, right? And so they may not trust me in certain ways, but they will trust me in others. And someday they'll go through it. But in the meantime, they're just going to act out, and I get very frustrated, and I feel very misheard and very misunderstood, and it's real, and it's normal to get pissed off. It's normal to get pissed off. It's even normal to throw a fucking bitch fit once in a while. It's normal sometimes to get immature and on their level because you're just so fucking tired. Single moms, man. I've been a single mom a good chunk of my life. I'm so blessed to have a man today to help carry the weight, because man, I never even knew how much weight I was carrying until somebody was willing to, because their dad not around. And so I never knew what it was like to have somebody carry that weight. But can I tell you, single moms, man, just know the fact that you're still here and you're still fighting and you're still doing it is sometimes enough. Being a single mom, being a single parent is the hardest thing I've ever done. It is exhausting. I have spent many nights crying, feeling like I'm not doing enough, feeling like I'm failing as a mother, feeling like who my kids are is because of me, even though I've done all the research, and they are genetically disposed to be certain things. They are born with so many psyches that we don't even know about until they grow into themselves. And we think, oh, we cause trauma. That's the reason they are this way, or something like, along those lines. But I've seen children with large amounts of trauma grow up and not react and not respond in these toxic behaviors and recognize and learn and grow and become these beautiful, amazing human beings. And then I've seen kids with trauma, go to prison and murder or just, whatever, the in-betweens of those two. You know what I mean? I'm just going the best to lowest. But, so kids are just pre-genetically disposed to the genetics that go throughout your family. And you cannot control them. You can show them love. You can set boundaries. You can teach them the best you can. You can even fall apart and then apologize and show them how you get back up and learn and grow and choose to make a change, or explain to them, like, I'm going to work on that. And that does not mean I'm going to get it perfectly. That means I'm going to work on that. And eventually I'll do much better with that. And then guess what? Something else will happen. And you'll have to learn that too. But the mom anxiety that we're not doing good enough is always there. And there's a reaction in response to that. Man, I don't know a mother who doesn't just want to be their best at all times. They just wishes they could be the best mom. Like, there's nothing more important in this whole entire world to them than being a good mom. And that saying that, like, you can't be good for them unless you're good for you is real. But God, it's annoying, because I'm like, gosh, I don't know always how to be mom and Haley. But the important thing is that when I'm choosing Haley, the mom just gets better. But the anxiety along the way in the process is real. And there's nothing wrong with falling apart. There's nothing wrong with telling your kids sorry more than once. There's nothing wrong with being honest with your kids about where you're at. I feel that the reason that my kids are open and honest with me is because I share where I'm at with them. And they are able to share the same with me now. It wasn't always like that, but it is today. And so I just want moms out there that think that there's like something wrong with the fact that they don't feel good inside about being a mom sometimes, or even don't enjoy being a mom sometimes. Sometimes I don't fucking enjoy it. I love being a mom. I almost like it, especially because I'm fucking tired, man, and that's okay. So any mom who is struggling, or any mom who has a suggestion for me, man, because I am learning always. I'm messing it all up just to just to figure it out. Any suggestions, I will take them. Anybody who ever wants to talk about the fact that they just feel like they're failing all the time, no matter how good it looks like on the outside, I'm here for that too. Moms need to stick together. I think the worst thing that we can do for each other is cut each other down and make each other feel small. Because first of all, you're not helping her by making her feel small, and you might be hurting her kids by doing that, because you are convincing her that she is shitty. And when we are convinced we're shitty inside, we tend to respond to that naturally. So just know that you're doing the best you can, whatever that looks like, and that it will get better. Because I know for me, I've grown immensely as a mom, and it came from believing that I could just one step at a time, one thing at a time, work one thing at a time, and slowly things just get better. Boundaries are a beautiful thing for my kids. Hardest thing I've ever done. Setting them has changed my world with them. They don't always like me, but they respect me for the most part. So I love all of you. And I am here for every single mama out there, because, man, mom anxiety, mom depression is real, because learning who we are and still being a mom at the same time is freaking hard. And if you're even taking a tiny step, it's a step. And a tiny step matters. Those itty bitty tiny steps build up to the big stuff. So I just want to share that. And for any mother out there that feels like they're not... that they're failing. Failure is just an opportunity to grow. Fail as many times as you need to. Failure has been my biggest desperation and willingness to move. So keep doing it, mamas, and I'm here for all of you, and I love you all, and have an amazing day and an amazing week. And message me, please, because I just love the support. So you guys have a good day.